Good morning. Each day begins the same way. We wake up with a mind that is still quiet and a world that has not yet rushed in. This moment is powerful. The Stoics believe that how we start the day shapes how we live it. Gratitude, when practiced with reason and discipline, gives us strength, calm, and clarity. Today, I will share 6 simple Stoic gratitude practices you can use every morning. These are not about chasing happiness. They are about building inner stability. Waking up is the first victory of the day. Before any task, before any thought about work, money, or problems, there is the simple fact that you are alive. This moment is often ignored because it feels ordinary, but nothing about it is guaranteed. Many people went to sleep last night and did not wake up. Remembering this is not meant to create fear, but awareness. Awareness brings gratitude, and gratitude brings seriousness to how the day is used. When you open your eyes in the morning, your mind is still forming itself. It has not yet been shaped by news, messages, or noise. This is the cleanest moment of the day. The Stoic way is to meet this moment with reason, not habit. Instead of rushing, pause and recognize that you have been given time again. Time is the most valuable thing you own, because once it is gone, it cannot be returned. Being grateful for waking up means respecting time, not wasting it on anger, laziness, or pointless worry. Life itself is not something we earned. We did not choose the day we were born, the body we have, or the moment we wake up. These things are given, not owed. When you understand this, complaints lose their power. It becomes harder to say, "This day should be easier," or "I deserve better." Gratitude for waking up replaces these thoughts with a sense of duty. If you are alive today, then you are here to act well today. Waking up also means your body is still working. Your heart is beating without your command. Your lungs breathe without effort. Your senses still function. Even if your body is not perfect, even if there is pain or weakness, it is still serving you. Gratitude does not mean pretending everything is fine. It means recognizing what is still functioning and using it wisely. Many people wait for perfect health before appreciating life, but the Stoic mindset values usefulness over perfection. This practice also prepares the mind for hardship. When you are grateful simply to be awake, smaller troubles lose their weight. A rude person, a delay, a mistake, or an inconvenience does not feel like an attack on life itself. You remember that the goal is not comfort, but character. Being alive means you still have the chance to practice patience, discipline, and courage. These qualities can only be practiced while you are living. Waking up is also a reminder that this day may be your last. This is not a dark thought. It is a clarifying one. When you accept that the day is not promised to continue, you stop postponing what matters. You speak more honestly. You act more carefully. You waste less time on things that do not improve your character. Gratitude for waking up makes the day sharper and more focused. Many people wake up already tired of life. They treat the morning as a burden instead of an opportunity. This comes from forgetting the value of existence itself. The Stoic trains the mind to reverse this habit. Instead of asking, "What do I have to deal with today?" you think, "What do I get to practice today?" This shift changes the entire direction of the day. Being grateful for waking up does not require emotion or excitement. It is a quiet acknowledgement. A simple thought. I am still here. From this thought comes responsibility. From responsibility comes purpose. The day does not need to be easy to be meaningful. It only needs to be lived with awareness and intention. Gratitude begins when you understand what is truly necessary and what is only desired. Many people wake up thinking about what they lack. More money, more comfort, more praise, more ease. This habit creates restlessness before the day even begins. The Stoic way is different. It starts by looking at what is already present and asking a simple question: is this enough to live with reason and dignity? Most of the time, the answer is yes. To be grateful for what is enough does not mean rejecting improvement. It means refusing to believe that happiness depends on excess. Food that nourishes, shelter that protects, clothing that covers, and a body that allows action are sufficient for a good life. Everything beyond this is optional. When you recognize this in the morning, your mind becomes lighter. You are no longer desperate for the day to give you something. You are already standing on solid ground. Desire has no natural limit. If you base your gratitude on getting more, it will never be satisfied. When you gain one thing, the mind immediately asks for the next. This is why many people feel poor, even when they have much. The Stoic practice is to place the line of enough where reason draws it, not where craving pushes it. Once that line is clear, contentment becomes possible. In the morning, notice the simple facts of your life. You have access to water. You have air to breathe. You have the ability to move, speak, and think. These are not small things. They are the foundation of all action. When you appreciate them, luxury loses its hold on you. You stop measuring the day by what you gain and start measuring it by how you use what you already have. Being grateful for what is enough also protects you from fear. When your happiness depends on many external things, you live in constant anxiety about losing them. But when you know that you need very little to live well, loss becomes less terrifying. You may still prefer comfort, but you are not controlled by it. This inner independence is one of the strongest forms of freedom. This practice also sharpens judgment. You begin to see how much energy is wasted chasing things that do not improve character. Status, luxury, and approval may feel important, but they are fragile and temporary. Gratitude for sufficiency reminds you that virtue does not require wealth, and peace does not require praise. A calm mind and an honest effort are always available. When the morning begins with appreciation for what is enough, you are less likely to complain throughout the day. Complaints often come from false expectations. You expect the world to satisfy endless wants. When it does not, frustration follows. But if you begin the day knowing that your basic needs are already met, then everything else becomes a bonus, not a demand. This mindset also encourages fairness toward others. When you are content with enough, you are less driven to compete, compare, or take more than you need. You can act with moderation and justice because you are not ruled by hunger for more. Gratitude shapes behavior, not just feelings. Being grateful for what is enough is a daily discipline. The mind will always try to pull you toward excess. Each morning is a chance to correct it, to remind yourself that a good life is not built on accumulation, but on wise use. When you see clearly that what you have is sufficient, you begin the day steady, untroubled, and ready to act with reason. Most people wake up hoping the day will be easy. They wish for no problems, no resistance, no discomfort. This way of thinking sets the mind against reality. Difficulty is not an accident of life. It is a natural part of it. The Stoic understands this and prepares for it in advance. Gratitude for challenges begins in the morning by accepting that obstacles are not interruptions, but expected conditions of being alive. When you expect difficulty, it loses the power to shock you. A problem no longer feels like injustice. It feels like a task. This shift changes your response. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "How should I respond to this?" Gratitude turns obstacles into training, and training strengthens character. Every challenge exercises a specific part of the mind. Delays train patience. Insults train self-control. Loss trains detachment. Hard work trains endurance. Without challenges, these qualities remain weak and unused. Just as the body grows stronger through resistance, the mind grows stronger through difficulty. Being grateful for challenges means valuing growth over comfort. In the morning, remind yourself that something will go wrong today. A plan may fail. A person may disappoint you. Your energy may be lower than expected. This is not pessimism, it is realism. When these things happen, you are not caught off guard. You have already accepted them as part of the day. This acceptance creates calm. Gratitude for challenges also removes self-pity. Self-pity comes from believing that life owes you ease. Once that belief is gone, suffering loses its emotional weight. Pain may still exist, but resentment does not have to. You understand that hardship is shared by all people, and has been faced by many before you. Challenges also reveal who you are. Comfort hides weaknesses. Difficulty exposes them. When you are tested, you see where your discipline fails, where your emotions control you, where your judgments are unclear. This knowledge is valuable. It gives you something real to work on. Gratitude for challenges is gratitude for self-knowledge. This practice also prepares you to treat others better. When you see difficulty as a training ground, you stop blaming people for making your life harder. You realize they are part of the exercise. This does not mean accepting injustice, but it means responding with reason instead of anger. You focus on your own conduct, not on controlling others. Welcoming challenges in the morning builds courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. Each problem you face and endure adds evidence that you are capable. Over time, confidence grows, not from success alone, but from survival and effort. Gratitude recognizes this and values the process. This mindset also keeps you grounded when things go well. When life becomes easy for a time, you do not become careless or arrogant. You know difficulty will return. This awareness keeps you disciplined even in comfort. You continue to train the mind because you understand that calm periods are preparation, not rewards. Being grateful for challenges does not mean enjoying pain. It means respecting its role. Challenges shape character, clarify values, and strengthen judgment. Each morning is a chance to accept this truth before the day tests you. When difficulty arrives, you meet it not as an enemy, but as a teacher you were expecting. Many people give their peace away before the day even begins. They think about what others might do, say, or decide. They worry about outcomes that are not in their hands. This habit creates tension because the mind is focused on things it cannot command. The Stoic practice begins by drawing a clear line between what belongs to you and what does not. Gratitude grows when you recognize that, even in an uncertain world, you still possess something solid control over your own choices. From the moment you wake up, you are making judgments. You choose how to interpret events, how to speak, how to act. These choices shape your character. They are not controlled by weather, luck, or other people unless you allow them to be. Being grateful for this control means valuing it and protecting it. It is your most reliable possession. External events are unstable. Plans change. People disappoint. Circumstances shift without warning. If your sense of well-being depends on these things, it will always be fragile. But your intentions, values, and responses can remain steady even when everything else moves. The Stoic understands that true freedom lives here. Gratitude for this freedom brings calm strength. Each morning, remind yourself that no one can force you to act against your values. Someone may insult you, but they cannot force you to respond with anger. A setback may occur, but it cannot force you to give up integrity. You always have the ability to pause, judge, and choose. This pause is power. Many people forget it exists. Being grateful for control over your choices also removes blame. When something goes wrong, the instinct is to look outward, to accuse circumstances, people, or fate. But the Stoic asks a different question: how did I respond? This does not mean taking responsibility for everything that happens, but for everything you do. Gratitude grows when you see that your character is shaped by your responses, not by events. This practice also reduces fear. Fear often comes from imagining loss of control, loss of status, comfort, approval. But when you understand that your true control lies in your moral choices, fear weakens. You may lose possessions or reputation, but you do not lose the ability to act with reason. Gratitude reminds you that what matters most remains untouched. In the morning, this thought prepares you for pressure. The day may demand quick decisions, patience, or restraint. When you know that your choices are yours, you do not feel cornered. You do not feel trapped by expectation or emotion. You are not forced to react. You can choose to respond. This awareness also improves discipline. When you accept that your actions are within your control, excuses lose their strength. You cannot say, "I had no choice," when you know you always do. This can feel uncomfortable, but it is also empowering. Gratitude grows from honesty with yourself. Being grateful for control over your choices does not mean believing you can control outcomes. It means accepting that effort is yours, results are not. You focus on doing what is right, not on guaranteeing success. This frees you from frustration and pride at the same time. You act well whether the outcome is favorable or not. This practice shapes how you see other people. When you understand your own control, you stop trying to control others. You allow them to act according to their nature, while you focus on yours. This reduces conflict and resentment. Gratitude replaces the need to dominate with the desire to improve yourself. Each morning is a chance to reclaim this understanding. Before the world pulls at your attention, you remind yourself where your power truly lies. Your thoughts, your judgments, your actions. These are always available. They are always enough. Most people live the day before it arrives, or after it has already passed. In the morning, the mind rushes ahead to worries, plans, and imagined problems. This habit pulls attention away from what is real. Gratitude for the present moment begins by noticing that right now is the only time you can act, think, or choose. Nothing else truly belongs to you. The present moment is simple. You are awake. You are breathing. You are here. This reality does not need improvement to be acknowledged. When you appreciate the present, the mind becomes steady. It stops fighting time. Regret lives in the past. Anxiety lives in the future. Gratitude lives only in now. The Stoic understands that time is always leaving. Every moment that passes is gone forever. This is not meant to cause panic, but awareness. When you recognize this in the morning, you treat the day with respect. You do not rush through it carelessly, and you do not delay what matters. Gratitude sharpens attention. Being thankful for the present moment also weakens impatience. Many people want the day to be over before it begins. They wait for results, rest, or relief. This mindset turns life into a constant waiting room. The Stoic trains the mind to value the process itself. Whatever you are doing right now is the practice. This breath, this thought, this action. The present moment is also where control exists. You cannot change the past, and you cannot command the future. But you can choose how you act right now. Gratitude for the present aligns your focus with your power. It reminds you not to waste energy on things that cannot be touched. In the morning, this practice creates calm. Instead of overwhelming yourself with the entire day, you narrow your attention to what is in front of you. One task, one decision, one step. This reduces mental weight. You do not carry the whole future on your shoulders. You carry only the moment you are in. Gratitude for the present also deepens awareness of simple experiences. The feel of the floor under your feet. The quiet before the day grows loud. The clarity of the early mind. These things are often overlooked because they seem small. But life is made of small moments. Ignoring them means ignoring life itself. This practice also protects against distraction. The modern mind is constantly pulled away from now. Messages, noise, endless information. Gratitude anchors attention. When you value the present, you are less eager to escape it. You become more deliberate instead of reactive. Being thankful for the present moment does not mean ignoring preparation. It means preparing without abandoning now. You plan when needed, then return attention to what you are doing. This balance prevents stress. You are ready without being tense. The present moment is also where virtue is practiced. You cannot be patient in the future or honest in the past. You can only act with integrity now. Gratitude reminds you that this moment is an opportunity to live according to your values. If you miss it, it does not return. Many people believe that life will start later, when conditions improve. The Stoic knows that life is always happening now. Waiting for the perfect moment is a way of avoiding responsibility. Gratitude for the present removes this illusion. You stop postponing meaning. Each morning, when you choose to be thankful for right now, you ground yourself in reality. You meet the day as it is, not as you fear or imagine it. This creates steadiness. The moment does not need to be exciting to be enough. It only needs to be fully lived. Much of human suffering comes from fighting reality. People exhaust themselves trying to control what was never in their power. Other people's opinions, the past, the weather, chance events, sudden loss, unexpected change. The Stoic practice begins with a clear recognition. Some things depend on you, and many things do not. Gratitude grows when you stop demanding control where none exists. Accepting what you cannot control does not mean giving up. It means seeing reality clearly. When you resist what is outside your power, you create frustration and anger. When you accept it, your energy returns to where it belongs. Acceptance is not weakness. It is intelligence. In the morning, this practice prepares the mind for the day as it truly is, not as you wish it to be. Plans may fail. People may act unfairly. Effort may not bring success. These are normal features of life. When you accept this in advance, you stop taking events personally. You stop asking why the world does not obey your expectations. Gratitude appears when you realize how much peace comes from letting go. You no longer waste strength arguing with reality. A delay is no longer an insult. A loss is no longer a personal attack. It is simply something that happened. This does not remove pain, but it removes unnecessary suffering. Many people confuse acceptance with approval. They think accepting something means liking it. This is not true. You can dislike an event and still accept that it has occurred. Acceptance means you stop wishing that the past were different. You deal with what is in front of you, instead of what you imagine should have been. This practice also protects you from anger toward others. You begin to understand that people act according to their nature, knowledge, and limits. Expecting everyone to behave as you wish is unrealistic. When someone disappoints you, acceptance allows you to respond calmly instead of emotionally. You save your strength. Accepting what you cannot control also reduces anxiety. Anxiety is often an attempt to control the future before it arrives. The mind runs through endless scenarios, trying to prepare for every outcome. This habit drains energy and brings no certainty. Gratitude grows when you accept that the future is not yours to command. In the morning, remind yourself that effort belongs to you, results do not. You can act with care, discipline, and honesty. Whether this leads to success is not fully in your hands. When you accept this, you work without tension. You do your best without clinging to outcomes. This mindset also builds resilience. When things go wrong, you are not broken by them. You expected uncertainty. You understood that loss and change are part of life. Acceptance allows you to recover faster, because you do not waste time denying reality. Accepting what you cannot control makes room for gratitude for what you can. When you stop focusing on external chaos, you notice inner stability. Your thoughts, intentions, and values remain available. This contrast is powerful. Even when circumstances are harsh, your inner conduct can remain steady. This practice also brings humility. You recognize that you are part of a larger order, not the center of it. Events do not revolve around your preferences. This understanding softens pride and reduces entitlement. Gratitude replaces the demand that life be easy. Each morning is a chance to practice this acceptance. Before the day begins, you release the need to control everything. You allow the day to unfold as it will. You prepare to respond with reason instead of resistance. This quiet acceptance clears the mind and strengthens it. At the same time, each day offers the same opportunity. Even though the conditions are always different, the opportunity is to act with virtue. This is the center of the Stoic way of life. External events change constantly, but the chance to act with wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control is always present. Gratitude begins when you recognize that no circumstance can take this away from you. Many people measure a good day by comfort, success, or praise. The Stoic measures it by conduct. Did you act with honesty? Did you remain calm under pressure? Did you treat others fairly? These questions matter more than outcomes. Being grateful for the chance to act with virtue shifts your focus from what happens to how you respond. In the morning, this practice sets the direction of the day. Instead of hoping for ease, you prepare for responsibility. You remind yourself that every interaction is a test of character. Every decision, no matter how small, is a chance to choose the better action. Gratitude grows when you see the day as a field for practice, not a stage for reward. Virtue does not require special conditions. You do not need wealth to be just. You do not need power to be disciplined. You do not need comfort to be courageous. This is why the Stoic sees every day as valuable, even difficult ones. When circumstances are hard, the opportunity to act well becomes clearer, not smaller. Being grateful for this chance also brings consistency. When you focus on virtue, your behavior is not dependent on mood or outcome. You act well whether the day goes smoothly or falls apart. This steadiness builds self-respect. You trust yourself because your standards do not change with conditions. This practice also removes bitterness. When you believe the purpose of the day is to get something, disappointment feels personal. When you believe the purpose of the day is to act well, no one can take success from you. Even in loss or failure, you can say that your conduct was intact. Gratitude protects dignity. Acting with virtue also strengthens relationships. Fairness, patience, and honesty improve every interaction. You listen better. You speak more carefully. You restrain harmful impulses. Gratitude for this opportunity makes you more attentive to how your actions affect others. In the morning, reflecting on virtue also sharpens judgment. You are less tempted by shortcuts or excuses. You remember that doing the right thing is more important than doing the easy thing. This clarity reduces inner conflict. You are not torn between values and desire. Being grateful for the chance to act with virtue also brings courage. Courage is not boldness for its own sake. It is the willingness to do what is right even when it is uncomfortable. Each day presents moments that require this strength. Speaking honestly, admitting mistakes, enduring criticism without resentment. Gratitude prepares you to face these moments without hesitation. This practice also keeps success from corrupting you. When things go well, you do not become careless or arrogant. You understand that favorable conditions are temporary. Virtue remains the standard, not comfort. Gratitude keeps your focus on what truly deserves respect. Even in ordinary tasks, virtue is present. Doing your work carefully, keeping promises, managing emotions. These small actions shape character more than dramatic moments. Gratitude helps you see their value instead of overlooking them. Each morning, when you are thankful for the chance to act with virtue, you begin the day aligned with purpose. You do not wait for meaning to appear. You bring it with you into every action.